Welcome parents, family members, and friends to the graduation of the class of 2019. Tonight, we all gather to honor the great accomplishment of the students before you. Please stand and join me with Senior Class Vice President Radu Dragomirescu as he leads us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Radu. 2 years ago, before I officially started here at Indian Hill High School, I had a unique opportunity to walk through our building with two students and simply talk about what makes Indian Hill special and why they love our school. Without hesitation, this special young lady said, "We have a variety of classes to choose from, so whatever your passions and interests may be, we probably have a place for it here." Next, she mentioned how special the students and teachers are and how the relationships forged between all of us and our Indian Hill Braves make her feel like home. Bethany Eisen has been a Brave just about her entire school career. In preparing for today, I asked her what was she most proud of as she reflects on her time here, and her response was all of you, the friends she made through her many classes, clubs, and experiences, particularly with a special shout out to the academic team. If you know Bethany, you know she is kind, genuine, dedicated, and reliable. A true friend, and in my opinion, an extraordinary young lady. When not at school, Bethany volunteers at Stepping Stones, working and interacting with students with special needs. From that experience, she has learned patience, love, and to never take life for granted. In the fall, Bethany will head to the University of Kentucky, majoring in neuroscience. It is my honor to welcome the salutatorian of the class of 2019, Miss Bethany Eisen.
On behalf of the class of 2019, I would like to introduce the special guests who are joining us this evening. On the risers behind me are members of the Board of Education, Mrs. Kim Martin-Lewis, Mrs. Nancy Eicholtz, Mrs. Elizabeth Johnston, Mr. Lyle Fiore, Dr. Eddie Hooker, Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Mark Miles, Assistant Superintendent, Dr. Mark Alt, Assistant Superintendent, Dr. Melissa Stewart, District Treasurer, Mr. Mick Davis, Director of Pupil Services, Erica Leppert, and Director of Technology, Mark Richardson. From the primary school, Principal, Mr. Jim Nichols, Elementary School Principal, Mrs. Whitney Buell, Assistant Principal, Mrs. Erin Owens, Middle School Principal, Mrs. Jennifer Euland, Assistant Principal, Mr. Cash Hayden, High School Principal, Mr. Jeff Damadeo, Assistant Principal, Mr. Mike Hayes, and Director of Athletics, Mr. Matt Haskamp. And finally, the outstanding faculty and staff of Indian Hill High School. Thank you all for being here to share this evening with us. Now, will everyone please rise and join with our talented high school concert band in the singing of our national anthem.
Indian Hill is a tight-knit community with great traditions. Let's try that again. Yes? No? All right, they're both on. How about that? Okay, that's great. Do we have our sound guy here? How about that? No. That's going to make it interesting. I could yell it. Can you hear me? All right. How about I come out there?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it.
Testing, testing.
No, got it. It's just because you're leaving. All right, let's try this again. Indian Hill is a tight-knit community with great tradition and a true feeling of family. Many of our students have been here their entire life and are part of the 13-year club, while many others move into our great district at some other time in their childhood. Mark Kolodenko was born in Cincinnati, but did not join the Indian Hill family until middle school. While sharing his story of coming to Indian Hill, he stated that his first memory was meeting Cooper Pierce. And these two friends have been taking classes together, competing with one another every single day since. I asked Cooper to help describe Mark, and he said, quote, intelligent, a great friend, accidentally humorous, and not street smart. Most recently, Cooper, Mark, and a small team traveled to D.C. and competed in the academic World Quest competition. Despite just making his flight with 30 seconds to spare, losing his wallet, and then losing the money his friends gave him because he lost his wallet, Mark led the team to another outstanding finish at Nationals for the second year in a row. As described by Mr. Atwood, his Latin teacher and academic World Quest coach, Mark is one of the most earnest, lovable, smartest, and genuine individuals he has ever taught. I'm sure that most of us in the stadium would agree that Mark is all of those things and more. If the story illustrates anything, it's that it truly reflects who Mark Kolodenko is. He navigates the world in his own way, but the destination is always one of success and triumph. And for those that journey with him, you will always end up in a better place because of it. Always smiling, Mark Kolodenko is truly unique and unforgettable. In the fall, Mark will continue his education at the University of Chapel Hill, majoring in neuroscience. It is my honor to welcome our first valedictorian of the class of 2019, Mr. Mark Kolodenko.
Testing, testing? Okay, good. Thank you, Mr. Damadeo, for the gracious introduction. It feels weird to say, but I've been at Indian Hill longer than the principal. I moved to Indian Hill in 6th grade, and I've never felt more welcome and at home. A big round of applause to Mr. Damadeo, Mr. Hayes, Dr. Miles, and the rest of the administration for an amazing 4 years. Next, I'd like to thank our teachers. They are, of course, what sets Indian Hill apart from other schools, besides us. Round of applause for them. And finally, a tremendous thank you to all the unsung heroes in our lives, our families and friends, custodians and staff, everyone who keeps our life running smoothly. Round of applause. You guys mean the world to us, and I can prove it. Class of 2019, I want you to close your eyes and think through your memories from the past 4 years. Fun times with your friends, the sound of the bell on the last day of school, signaling the beginning of our summer and our immense joy of getting out of here. Oh. Now, raise your hand if someone in the memory is sitting here today. Parents, friends, there we go. Thank you, heroes. I'll keep the rest of this short, but I apologize in advance. You guys shouldn't have invited the Russian to speak if you wanted it to be sweet. And message to the class of 2019. Nothing I say here will matter when you're happy. My speech can't rival your best, most cherished moments at school and with friends. So remember this instead at your lowest point. When life feels malicious, tampering with your goals, when no one believes in you, when you're feeling down. My hope is that we dream bravely, that we never become cynical, that we believe in ourselves and aim for the stars, that we can make a difference, that we can succeed and never stop. We spread out over the world, but that one thing that ties us together is the time we've spent here and the cherished moments we've created. We always have that, no matter what. So take a stand. Make the most of your thoughts and actions. Chase discovery and blaze a trail in life, but never forget us. Your friends, your parents, and anyone else who kept you going through these past 4 years. Congratulations, class of 2019, and dream bravely.
Thank you, Mark. Let's see if they work. So far, so good. Several months ago, I had the chance to sit down with this extraordinary young lady and her mom to meet her for the first time and talk about senior celebration week, baccalaureate, graduation, and the potential of finishing towards the top of the class. Several months later, that dream became a reality, and the conversation shifted towards the idea of being named a co-valedictorian for the class of 2019. It is difficult to encapsulate into words the look of her smile and pure joy as she fully understood the honor that was bestowed upon her for years of hard work. As she shared a small portion of her story with me, I asked what was the most influential experience that inspired her or made her who she is today. Without hesitation, she said it was watching her parents come to the United States to chase the American dream with such grit, determination, and a high-intensity work ethic. She said that she always wanted to mirror those characteristics in her own life. An example of her work ethic, Noor helped to co-found Book Heroes. It's a nonprofit that initiates book swaps for students in local elementary schools. Inspired by a personal love for reading, Noor wanted to help cultivate the same passion in children who have less access to books, particularly new books. Book Heroes currently impacts over 2,000 students on an annual basis, and she says they're just getting started. In the fall, Noor will continue her education at the University of Cincinnati, majoring in biochemistry and neuroscience, with dreams to one day become a physician. It is my honor to welcome our second valedictorian of the class of 2019, Ms. Noor Gunakar.
Good evening, everyone. It's an honor to be standing here in front of you guys. Although the majority of you might not know me, thank you for welcoming me with open arms tonight. Don't worry, I'm going to try to keep this real brief because I know that there's 3 of these speeches that y'all got to listen to. Tonight, I am amongst very bright intellectuals that I'm confident will achieve very great things in the future. I know we didn't go through exactly the same high school journey, but throughout these years, I would always and very proudly introduce myself as an Indian Hill student. I'm grateful to be a part of this community, and I genuinely wish that I could have spent more time with my Indian Hill classmates. When I was really young, my family and I left everything we had in Turkey to come to the land of opportunity. With nothing in our pockets, my parents struggled to make ends meet, while also providing my brothers and I with a lively childhood. From my parents, I saw firsthand what hard work and aspirations could get you, and learned the importance of dedication. Thank you to my parents and to all the parents that are here today that have made us who we are today. Indian Hill's class of 2019. I'm proud to call you guys my classmates. and I hope that we never lose the characteristic of dedication that has led us to where we are today. I couldn't have done this all by myself. First, I'd like to thank God for gracing my life with opportunities. I'd like to thank Ms. Cottrell, Ms. Post, and Mr. Damadeo, and everyone that helped make this event possible. Thank you so much to my parents for being supportive, and my brothers for being great role models. I'd also like to thank Wikipedia and coffee, but that's a whole nother topic. Congratulations, graduates, and good luck.
Congratulations. Thank you, Noor. A story that began in the country of Jordan. Aya Al-Zubi came to the United States when she was 5 years old. First settling in Indianapolis, then Lexington, ultimately landing in Cincinnati in 5th grade, Aya came to Indian Hill, seeing the world through both a local and global lens. This unique perspective helped shape her role and involvement in a variety of clubs, organizations, and experiences. One of Aya's goals is to become the first youth delegate for the Ministry of Youth of Jordan, whose mission it is to invest in today's youth in a manner that best achieves their active participation in sustainable human development and entrenching the values of teamwork and volunteerism. Aya is a true champion for women and female empowerment, and I know that her impact on the world is simply just beginning. When asked to reflect on what she loves about Indian Hill, she states that the staff is, quote, extraordinary and absolutely one of a kind, and attributes much of her success to the relationships forged as a Brave. Aya has been a student athlete for all 4 years while attending Indian Hill High School and is a role model for today's youth. When not at school, Aya spends much of her time giving back to the community through her work with Matthew 25, as community service has always been a passion for her. As stated by Mrs. Sayre, Aya is vulnerable, passionate, and brave. She has matured and opened her mind to exploring the world through different perspectives. Aya is set to change the world one day, and I am simply in awe of her. In the fall, Aya will be heading to Harvard University, majoring in psychology and Middle Eastern studies. It is my honor to welcome our final valedictorian of the class of 2019, Ms. Aya Al-Zubi. Hi, kid. It's yours. Go get it.
Thank you. Students and faculty, friends and family, children of all ages and duty. What's up, bro? The moment you have all been waiting for is here. 4 years ago, we walked into this high school excited to finally have made it into the big leagues. Yeah, we were freshmen, but we were new, shiny little fish roaming the big ocean. But unfortunately, some of us caught senioritis on the 4th day. And the only known cure is graduation. So glad we're ending this epidemic tonight. Freshman year turned to sophomore year, turned to junior year, turned to senior year. Before we knew it, playing Kahoot was over. And now we are truly entering the big leagues, where Kahoot exists no more, just student loans and debt. Today, we have finished almost 18 years of our lives. Think about that. 18 years. We have laughed, we have smiled, we have procrastinated. Constitution Project, let's back. We have cried when we got those grades back. We have danced, we have failed, we have fought, we have risen in the comfort of our parents' arms with something to fall back on. And now we're about to free fall into the momentum of life. I must say now that my knowledge of physics might be okay according to the College Board. All right, maybe not okay, really bad. Sorry, Mr. Debink. But there is momentum in life. We are born into our own worlds. And as we meet people and gain new experiences, it picks up. It becomes harder, just like that AP Physics exam. Or for some, it got easier. Each one of us has our own lives independent of each other with separate momentums. And every day, we wake up and each decision, each action or inaction adds to this momentum. It builds our character. When I was 11 years old, I was playing outside with my cousins when their neighbors came out to play. My younger cousin and I were the only girls amongst them. They went off to the side to race. I walked over confused as to why we were excluded. I said, "Can't we race?" One of the boys laughed for a while before saying, "But you're girls." My younger cousin signaled me to the side to drop it. She didn't want to race anymore, but I insisted and said, "Why not?" Reluctantly, they agreed. We raced, and I won, and there are two memorable reactions that I will never forget to this day. The first, from all the boys. They were mad that I had won, kept making excuses that I cheated or that I had a head start. Yet each one of them were behind the starting line with me. Each one of them knew I did not cheat. The problem was they had decided I was to be the loser before the race had even begun. Their eventual reluctance to let me race was because they believed I was a loser. Because in their world, they thought that I, the little girl, was the predetermined loser. The second reaction was from my younger girl cousin. Her mouth gaped open. She was shocked. Shocked that I had won, and so shocked she was happy. Because in the moment that she watched me beat all those boys was an experience that added to her momentum. That moment shattered stereotypes that said girls weren't of equal ability. The tenacity in which I walked and raced that day comes from my mother, a Muslim, Jordanian, and American strong-willed woman who taught me to push the limits of the world, to use my momentum to propel me and others forward. And my father, who in the past 17 years of my life has not sat down at the dinner table without some sort of knowledge to give to all three of his daughters, fueling our momentums. In this world, in my world, they are my heroes. And of course, to my sisters, Sara and Layla, who taught me how to carry myself and fight in this world, my best friends who cheered me for when I won. I can say I'm definitely prepared for college, especially with all the nunchuck skills Duty taught me. Watch out, world, I'm the newest Ninja Turtle. Now, I'm sure you're wondering when this physics class will be over. Class will be dismissed in 1 minute. Don't pack yet, or I will assign homework. Class of 2019, I'll leave you with this. Tonight, as cliche as it sounds, we embark on a new journey. Allow people to join your momentum or help others gain their own. Right now, we live in a world where people aim to stop each other's momentums, set others back, limit others. We owe it to each other to help each other move forward. It's up to us, in the present and in the future, to change the way we step forth in this world so that one day, everyone has some of their own momentum. To the Indian Hill community, thank you for challenging us. To our teachers, thank you for inspiring us. To our parents, thank you for nurturing us. And to the class of 2019, thank you for the memories. Class of 2019, we did it.
Congratulations, well done.
Thank you.
Well done. At this time, I would like to bring back to the podium Miss Bethany Eisen.
Indian Hill High School has established many rich traditions in its more than 66-year history. One of those traditions, which is performed each year at graduation, is the symbolic passing of leadership from the exiting senior class to the next senior class. Leadership is the responsibility of the class officers who are elected by their classmates. Would the senior class officers for both the class of 2019 and the class of 2020 please come forward at this time? And now, President Alyssa Questel passes the symbol of leadership to the 2020 class president, Louisa Klasner. Vice President Radu Dragomirescu passes the leadership candle to the new Vice President, Mary James. Secretary Albert Kwan passes the leadership candle to the new Secretary, Maddie Antonucci. And Treasurer Jamie Hsu passes the leadership candle to the new Treasurer, Anae Gotham. Thank you all very much. Now I am pleased to once again introduce our principal, Mr. D'Amadeo.
Welcome, friends, families, colleagues, and most of all, the class of 2019. It is with great pleasure that I have the opportunity to address you all tonight. With that in mind, and before I begin, I'd like to take a moment and thank all who helped make Indian Hill an exceptional place to work, learn, and grow. To the Board of Education, PTO, boosters, foundation, teams, clubs, and organizations. Thank you for your continued dedication and commitment to our Braves and providing us with the ability and support to allow their dreams to become reality. As they say, it takes a village to raise a child, and so I must express my sincere appreciation and gratitude for our entire staff that gives so much of themselves to mentor, educate, and encourage all of our students each day. Thank you to our teachers, paraprofessionals, custodial staff, maintenance team, cafeteria staff, and bus drivers. For so many of you, you have watched our graduates grow from small children to the young adults they are today. Class of 2019, approximately 182 school days ago, we sat together in the auditorium and began talking about your year as seniors at Indian Hill High School. In a place rooted in tradition and excellence, I challenged you to raise the bar on yourselves and leave a legacy that you, your parents, and all of Braves Nation could be proud of. You did not disappoint. As I reflect on this year, I cannot help to express what a joy it is to work here alongside all of you each day. Greeting each of you in the morning, rain or shine, seeing you walk in with one another, smiling, and ready to take on the day. Hold on. Anna, welcome, young lady. We are so excited that you are here. One more round of applause for that young lady. For those that may not know, and I'm going to interrupt my speech, the reason why Anna is late is she's been competing in the state tournament for track and field in Columbus. Weather has delayed much of that event, so she finished first in the state in the 100-meter. Second in the state in the 200-meter. And first in the state in the 4x4. I don't know what we all did this afternoon, but it wasn't that. All right, here we go. So as I reflect on this year, I cannot help to express what a joy it is to work here alongside of you each day. Greeting each of you in the morning, rain or shine, seeing you walk in with one another, smiling and ready to take on the day is often the best part of my day. You are all filled with such promise, and today marks a momentous reflection of that promise. When I close my eyes and reflect on the class of 2019, I see Rachel and Ava serenading us all in the symphonic orchestra. I see Zoe and Will performing in the band. I see our senior cheerleaders smiling and cheering for our teams no matter what Mother Nature throws their way. I see Kate, Bryn, Claire, Anna, Margot, and all of our senior soccer girls hoisting another state trophy, trying not to leave breadcrumbs on the grass at Mapfre Stadium. I see the faces of Pride and Alyssa, Sarah, Ellie, Priyanka, Bethany, Cooper, Mackenzie, Mark, Trey, and Sam, our National Merit finalists. I see Drew Plummer's bloody mouth and sweater and pants, but that's a long story. I see Connor, Lexi, and Emily's smiles as they bite their medals of distinction from Deccan Nationals. I see Jalen, Rohan, Ellie, Reagan, Cooper, John Mark, and all of our senior athletes who have committed towards athletics and academics at the next level. I see Brianna, Caroline, Jasmine, Owen, and James, and all of our senior Aqua Braves flying in the pool with such grace. I hear the exceptional voice of Garrick, Keegan, Elizabeth, and Natalie. I see Nick. You can do it. I see Nick, Jamie, and Aya helping to create an experience for all of us about empathy and kindness during Be Brave Day. And I see Michael Phillips being crowned homecoming king. To which after that I have had to address him as Your Majesty since October, and it has been an honor. And I see all those that handed in their last assignment at the 11th hour to ensure that you could participate in Senior Project. I could go on, as each of you have left a lasting impression on me, our teachers, and our school, and I am so very proud of you. Seniors, look around. Tonight is your moment. It is a culmination and celebration of all that you have worked so very hard for, whether inside the classroom or out. But remember, it is just the beginning. I recently read about an idea called the do something principle. It's simple. It states that action isn't just the motivation, the effective motivation, it's also the cause of it. You are about to enter uncharted waters with ample opportunities to make new memories and new lasting impressions. Take action, do something, fail forward, and do not fear imperfection. If we follow the do something principle, failure feels unimportant because the process of taking the next step is the reward. Action allows us to be motivated to continue to try. Even if your first step is small, challenge yourself to do something and take action. Be ready for the unexpected. Understand that your life will be defined as a collection of moments. Make every moment count and do something. Be humble, be kind, give back, be gracious, and most importantly, be you. Be true to who you are, even when it's hard. Never settle, and live your excellence. Arthur Ashe once said, "From what we get, we make a living, but what we give, however, makes a life." So now it is your turn. Go into the future with energy, enthusiasm, and drive. Expect that some days they will be hard, but embrace every moment. I challenge you, again, to be great, live your excellence, and inspire others along the way. And lastly, before you move your tassels and throw your caps, don't forget to look around Tomahawk Stadium one last time. Give thanks and embrace the moment. This is your moment. Congratulations, and let's go Braves. And now, Dr. Miles and the members of the Board of Education, I am pleased to present for graduation the class of 2019. At this time, I would like to ask our school counselors, Mrs. Cottrell, Ms. Kearns, and Mrs. Jackson, to come forward and read the roll of graduates.
It's a little darker.
Aya Abdallah Al-Zubi. Noor Gunakar. Mark Joseph Holodenko. Bethany Jane Eisen. Sumner Armitage Coolahan. Ishita Alina Goval. Better. Conrad Kendon Ho. Alyssa Marie Quistel. Elizabeth Shallcross Rabinold. David Anton Skidmore III. Ingrid Elisa Margaret Ackerman. Callum Duncan Aitken. Wesley Ann Alspa. James Miller Alspa. Caitlin Marie Becker. Sean Alexander Amato. Natasha Bhatti. Jaden Robert Marshall Anderson. Bailey Alyssa Brewer. Ben Harrison Bader. Lena Angelise Bruscato. Rohan Yazdi Bagley. Michelle Andrea Kalirgos. Benjamin Patrick Bayless. Shelby Nicole Cooper. Demetrius Rajan Baylor. Zoe Bell Cowman. Ryan Liam Borer. Margaret Livingston David. Nicholas Brandon Bolden Lane. Madison Ann Davis. Dylan Caleb Anthony Brandenburg. Claire Daphne DeHamill. Colton Law Brewer. Ava Lou Dong. John Henry Baltima IV. Elizabeth Grace Donnelly. Armand Nathan Marbella Castro. Brittany Lynn Duncan. Haran Jack Chen. Gabrielle Renee Geyer. Jason Edward Clark. McKenna Patricia Hack. Carter Brink Colfleet. Hind Rita Hallaby. George Anthony Contreras. Alice Cox Hardy. Terrence David Cooney Waterhouse. Annalise Kathleen Harm. Dennis Winston Davis. Molly Catherine Hayes. Cole Henry Andre Dean. Haley Madison Henry. Henry James DeGennaro. Ann Summers Hilton. Mac David Ellis. Peyton Carol Hoffman. William Cooper Erickson. Riley Lynn Holt. Mark Patrick Ferris.
Danielle Helen Jacobson. Carlos Flores Lazaro. Lauren Peyton James. Christopher Wyatt Fruland. Ariel Elise Johnson. Keegan Leonard Adelano Grace. Catherine Elizabeth Joy. Jack Tristan Hammond. Sarah Catherine Kaplan. John Michael Hankin. Safa Abdallah Kais. Nolan Shea Heffernan. Jasmine Annalise Lau. Ethan Wyatt Higgins. Eun Jong Lee. Nicholas Hollander Tineo. Rena Molly Lenchets. Christopher Michael Hooten. Anna Danielle Lewis. Ethan Francis Hornsby. Wan Xuen Lin. Lucas James Johnson. Jessica Jean Logeman. Tyler Donovan Johnson. Alana Michelle Love. Alexander Robert Johnson II. Alexis Danielle Magenheim. Austin Lee Kendrick. Madeline Ann Major. Cooper Gregory Leschek. Radu Andre Dragomurescu. Albert Jinyang Kwan. Jamie Shenshu. Catherine Olivia Mars. Noah Gabriel Levine. Merritt Olivia McMullen. Brian Maxwell Lewis. Natalie Elizabeth Miles. Reese Walker Lewis. Emily Rachel Samantha Morera. Garrick John James Lindberg. Priyanka Musti. Nicholas Anthony Malloy. Mackenzie Ruth Nelson. Henry Huber Mayu. Samantha Catherine Orr. Devin Rashawn Metz. Ella Ann Otterman. Robert Connor Morris. Anna Marin Pottigil. Subhakan Naib. Nina McGregor Price. Christopher Sean Newman. Cushy Rawit. Owen Douglas Norwell. Emma Rose Ryering. Michael Keith Phillips Jr. Aaron Mackenzie Rorig. Nicholas Neo Newman. Mariana Salazar Barreto.
Michael DeVitt Overberg. Charlotte Cleo Elizabeth Shepard. Joseph William Oakes. Jessica Rachel Silver. John Walter Palin. Emily Catherine Singer. Alejandro David Pascual Cifuentes. Emily Lauren Snyder. Darian Allen Washington. Adia Suzanne Spinks. Logan Crawford Person. Kristen Suzanne Stoddard. Cooper Patrick Pierce. Caroline Grace Sullivan. Andrew James Plummer. Grace Anna Thomas. David Joseph Reininger Jr. Rachel Ann Volk. Samuel Joseph Richardson. Chloe Elaine Winker. Maxwell Stephen Ruchow. Reagan Marie Wentz. Ethan Nilesh Shaw. Gabrielle Rose Wyatt. John Gerard Sitchell, Jr. Bryn Nicole Worthland. James Criswell Starkey. Elizabeth Beverly Woods. Luke Ryan Sweeney. Sophia Lou Widman. Thomas Carl Tower. Morgan Ann Yamaguchi. Jet Nelson Taylor. Wanyu Brianna Yin. Halil Shim. Hannah Mariam Zanvakili. Jalen Isaac Thornton. Lily Hannah Zucker. Bradley Kane Upham. Jay Vaugh. Cole Jerome Werbrick. Jaden Christopher Watkins. John Mark Williams, Jr. Jack Roderick Wilson. Jeffrey Graham Weiler. Daniel Alexander Yeager III. Frederick Jeffrey Zahn. Krishaya Ann Silver.
Thank you, members of the Board of Education. On behalf of the class of 2019, I proudly accept these diplomas. Seniors, please stand at this time. Seniors, please move your tassel from the right to the left to symbolize that we have graduated. Seniors, please be seated. And now I would like to introduce the Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Mark Miles.
Thank you all. Students, faculty, staff, members of the Board of Education, family, friends, and alumni, I'm pleased to share a few parting words as we approach the conclusion of this momentous occasion. Members of the class of 2019, we are so very proud of you. This week has been focused upon celebrating your academic, athletic, and artistic accomplishments, and we have, in fact, been celebrating you and your accomplishments every step of the way during your 468-week journey in K-12 education. Wherever you may go and whatever you may do, be courageous, be an inspiration, spread happiness, uplift those less fortunate, and serve others with grace. I hope your experiences throughout the Indian Hill School District have prepared you to be courageous, to be brave. As Dorothy reminds us in The Wizard of Oz, there's no place like home. For some, the Indian Hill School District has been your home for 18 years. For others, perhaps only 1 year. As you journey forth, please remember, home is where your stories begin. May the memories of the beginning of your story and this home bring you great joy in the years ahead. And wherever our future homes may be, I am so hopeful that our paths will cross again. On behalf of our faculty, staff, and Board of Education, class of 2019, I extend my best wishes for continued courage and bravery. And remember, we are and always will be brave.
Thank you all, class of 2019. I know. Thank you all for coming. Faculty, would you please lead the graduates out?